Part 2, highlighting the effects from this ABC article, since I didn't really cover this, by Kindelan. So scrolling down here, this very important issue from the Florida Department of Health. It's dated back on the 9th, and like I said, when I try to look it up online, the reason why I'm highlighting this article so importantly is that there are still people out there in flooded areas, and this information needs to be spread. So please, people, don't make this go viral. Make this go for the benefit of people's health and their well-being that are stranded in flooding-induced waters, where saltwater has murkied up and flooded through the streets and crossed into freshwater sources. If people have to cross through this area and they've already been exposed to cuts, lacerations, bruising, open wounds, they're risking swimming in this water, they need to know the risks. This is the Vibrio bacteria, and it can cause illness when ingested or open wounds are exposed to contaminated water. Very serious. It's coming in from there after heavy rainfall and flooding, and that's where that concentration really matters. And in regards to from former Hurricane Helene with now Hurricane Milton, this is where this is all stemmed. And this is where even in this article by ABC News Clinic, they saw a rise in patients with lacerations, cases of asthma and bronchitis, and those in need of tetanus infections, showing multiple health risks that hurricane floodwaters can bring. And apart from that, this particular virus just extensively worsens the situation. And according to the Dr. Scott Rivkees, this is an extremely aggressive type of bacteria that can compromise anybody with cancer or any kind of health concern, including those with AIDS and immune deficiencies. And again, in the article, even though it's talking about like Disney World reopening and all that, and this little good piece of news for those who can enjoy it, you know, we're still talking about people out there, more importantly, who are going to be exposed to this type of bacteria. So this is why I'm highlighting this so importantly. And I implore you guys to read this article, spread this information. This is critical. And here's some helpful tips as you get down in here. As I already covered the fact that I've read this article, it's a very aggressive type of virus, and apart from the factor of risk of drowning, then you have to worry about people getting infected if they have any kind of open cuts. And as it shows here, you can get cuts from trying to do cleanup in Milton. You can risk crossing through water that can have this, so even employees, anybody can be at risk of getting exposed to this. It's always important that people that are working in these disaster zones wear gloves, suits, protective gear, rubber boots. It actually shows that right down here. And you can show right there, down wires, hidden in muddy floodwaters, also leading to injury. And that's a thing that our linemen and women, the line workers, more importantly, the line workers, have been exposed to. And that's the dangers they've been. And they've already gotten our numbers down under 1 million so far. We're closing in under 800,000. I'll do my next update on that. But as you can see here, try to stay clear from it and wait till public officials tell you when it's safe. And if you ever have to cross into flooded water, people should be aware of any open wounds on their body and should always wear protective clothing. They even recommend here by the U.S. Centers of Disease Control, people should wear rubber boots, rubber gloves, and goggles if they must enter floodwater. So, you know, it's a serious matter. And here's the steps to treat yourself if you are exposed in that condition or any kind of water, to be absolutely sure you're being 100% safe at this current time. And here's some of the effects from it that can be sourced to that effect. Thank you for watching this video. I'll post a link in the description to the same article. I wanted to share this as a second parter, as this is a very important thing, which again, as I said, as I looked this up on the internet, I'm finding a lot of confusing, misleading articles from going back to a few days to even storms from past years. And I didn't like that. So I wanted to really keep a clean, concise, direct path to news. Thank you. And all contributions to Katie Kindelan in this article by ABC News.